What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of She, Her, They with Kittens. I'm Kittens, and today it's just me. And I'm I don't know. There's been a lot going on in my personal life, but it all kind of relates to what I'm going to talk about today, which is parasocial relationships. So that means like the relationship you have with people that you don't know, like celebrities, social media personalities, um, people that you feel connected to because of the art they share or the content they share or whatever, I don't know, press shares about them. You have a kind of relationship with them because of that, but it's not real, you know what I mean? Like it's its own thing. And that can affect things in so many different ways. It can be good for some people, it can be very bad for some people, and there are some major pitfalls. And I think we're seeing a lot of that right now in current like celeb media landscape. We've got Doja Cat, who basically came out and was like, I don't know y'all. I don't love you because I don't know you. And essentially, in a very harsh way, explaining this to her fans that, like, they may like her music and the things she chooses to share, but that doesn't mean they know her. You know what I mean? Which is true. It's factual. Like, you don't know people just because you follow them or because you like the cherry picked things that they share. And a lot of people were really upset about that, probably because her delivery wasn't super soft. But that went on. And then on the flip side of it, we have what's going on with Lizzo, who is being sued for all kinds of crazy shit, honestly. Like allegedly, um, sexually assaulting some of her dancers by like making them, I don't know, go to like some type of like sexy time show in Europe. I don't really remember all the details. But yeah, there was that and like making comments about their bodies and all these other alleged things which well, I'm sure that's going to go to trial and we'll see what the deal is. But anyways, that was kind of the flip side of it because Lizzo's always presented this very like accepting, body positive, authentic, be yourself. I'm not hiding anything. She's like in her kitchen cooking with no makeup on and like she doesn't look like she's really um trying to like construct this whole facade, right? It looks like you're just getting this raw like this is me. And so when somebody shares stuff like that in a seemingly authentic way, then you think you really know them. And in ways you do, but again, it's what they're showing you. And so when things come out that maybe don't align with the person you thought you knew, it's like so much more shocking, right? Like I think more people are freaked out slash upset, shocked, whatever about this Lizzo thing because her whole brand and platform has been very positive and loving and no judgment and whatever. So to hear she's doing this other stuff, people are like, what? And so all of that just really shows like, we hear this all the time. You don't know people, right? Like we have what's shown on social media and even ourselves. I know I do this. Everybody does this. Before they post something, they're kind of, do I look cute here? Is this something I want to share? Is this like too much? Am I bragging or does this sound too negative? Does this make me seem weak or I don't know, like not cool? People, you're kind of going through a filtering process, whether consciously or not, before you share things with people, at least on social media. And unfortunately, I had one of my very, very good friends since I was 15 pass away recently due to some mental health stuff. And that's been a hard, long thing that I won't get into because I will start crying. But she had a very like big presence on social media, on TikTok and Instagram and all that. Like a lot of people knew her and knew who she was from different things they'd experienced whether it was something in real life where she was like teaching a class or something, or just from her social media. And so when the news came out that she passed away, it wasn't even really like, it's not like the news announced it, but it was figured out because of a Facebook group, which was really a rough way to find out. Um, but the issue is that it spread on social media. And because there was very little information about what she was struggling with, what has actually been going on for the last couple years, um, people didn't know. All they had to go off of was these few little bits of information that were shared online and the social media perception of her. And so many people thought, I know this person, and have gotten very involved, and to the point where they think they know better, are correcting me or her ex-partner or other people on like pronouns or their name or just different things, and it's like they think that they know more. And unfortunately they don't. And until the people closest to the situation are ready to really share what happened, they're not going to know. But the problem is, in a time that's so obviously heavy with loss and grief and mental health challenges and sadness, people who believe they had this close relationship, that they knew this person because of social media, feel like it's appropriate to comment or like berate people that were actual friends, that actually knew these people, that actually were involved in real life with real connections. And all of that just is so insane to think about, because like the world just, we weren't meant to be like this, we weren't meant to have these types of experiences on, I can't say we weren't meant to, I don't know what the world had planned for us, what the universe had planned, but without technology, it's not kind of like an innate human experience to have that level of perception and that many people thinking they know you better than you know yourself, or better than the closest people to you know you. So it's just really bizarre. And I really hope some kind of sociological, psychological something university studies this phenomenon, because it's really interesting that people think they can be so connected. Not that they think they're connected just in a different way to these people they don't really know. And when that happens, there obviously are some downsides. You get overly invested in somebody that you think you know, and that can mean they let you down. That can mean they disappoint you. That can mean if something bad happens to them, it hurts you deeply. And that can also mean when they have great things happen, when they have wins or happy moments, you feel joy for them. But at the end of the day, it really reminds me of the fact that you really don't know what people are going through ever behind closed doors or in their personal life. And that even relates to your personal real life connections. This is like, obviously with social media, like we get it. There's stuff you're not going to know. But even with people closest to you, you don't know everything. And that's something that I always try to remind myself of when maybe, I don't know, a friend isn't being as responsive as usual, or somebody's really busy, or I don't know, something just feels like not the usual. Instead of jumping to the immediate, oh my God, they hate me, or I did something wrong, they don't like me anymore. There's so much that you don't know about that people are going through, that they're either, I mean, probably, I feel like everyone's struggling with something at some point, and that's okay. That's part of life. We go through our ebbs and flows of things. But keeping in mind that everyone is going through something like that, whether it is some far removed celebrity that you follow online, some random influencer creator, or your best friend that you've known for 20 years, it's really important to have that compassion and give them grace and patience and understanding, because everyone's just kind of doing their best out here. Life is weird and crazy. And learning to just be patient with people will get you so far and help you with being happier yourself. Because nothing's more upsetting than feeling like somebody you care about doesn't care about you, or somebody let you down. But if you reframe those letdowns as more of a, I really get what they're going through, and feeling, really feeling for that person, it really is like medicine. It really is the thing that alleviates so much discomfort. Like, for example, with this, I'm sure some of Doja Cat's like super fans were so heartbroken that she's saying like, I don't like you guys, or I don't love you, or I don't know, whatever. And they're like, oh my God, she doesn't love me personally, my life's over. But like, again, she doesn't know you, you don't know her, so that's fine. Like, relax. But in that kind of instance where somebody's feeling like attacked or let down, pausing and thinking, what is that person going through that they are saying or doing these things? What is that person going through that they're maybe not as responsive, or stepping back, or not posting a lot on social media, or whatever it may be? What are they going through? And why? And can I really like feel for them through that? Can I really understand that? Instead of making this about me or making it a personal thing. Because so many things feel personal, and yeah, like we have to take accountability when we screw up, but most of the time it's just because people are going through their own shit and you don't know about it. And if you do something messed up, you're gonna know you messed up. But most of the time you just need to take a step back and have some real compassion for what people are going through. And remember, you don't know everything about everyone, no matter how close you are, or how far, or how much people share. Even if somebody's like vlogging their entire life, I promise you're not going to know everything about them. And that's okay. That is what it is. But it's something that I've really learned and found really, really important to remind myself of, is to give those people grace, give yourself grace, compassion, patience, and keep in mind that most people are just doing their best, you know? But anyways, sorry, this probably sounds heavy, but you know what? I'm not sorry. I'm grieving. It's fine. It's fine for me to feel heavy right now. I'm sad. But just try to be nice and understanding with everybody, including yourself. I think I'm going to have to keep this one short because I'm getting way too emotional today. So we're going to just wrap this up, and I'll be back next week with a very special guest who's actually hilarious, and we have an amazing conversation. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for next week. So I promise it'll be a bit more upbeat than this one. Okay, that's all. Bye.